Hey, everybody, welcome back to the morning after football family fun. And I'm looking at the beautiful Kelly Stafford, who's got a cute little ponytail and a smile, and life looks good on you.
You know what? Life is good because honestly, my kids, for the first time since before winter break, all went back to school.
Oh,
And it,
now, are
I
they
mean,
healthy or did you just send them back to school?
well, you guys know my feeling with like if they have the sniffles, I'm sending my kids. I'm sorry, but no, they are all healthy, no fevers. We have gotten through finally the that flu. I mean, and the flu and everything that came after it. But it was tough. Um, Hunter woke up this morning and she looked at me. It's kind of a good bad hunty. And she rolls over and she's like, Mom. And she's been healthy. She was healthy this weekend at the game. This was on Tuesday. She rolled over. She goes, Mom. I go, yes. She goes, so am I like going to school today? Like, do I have to go? And I was like, yeah, yes, you're going to school. And she's like, I was like, you're fucking 6 years old. You can't start complaining about school yet. Like, you're supposed to love school. And she's like, I know, but it's just, I'd rather just stay home and watch movies. I go, wouldn't we all, Hunter?
Yeah,
Wouldn't we all?
Emma does it all
But
the time. She said, "Is it my off day yet?" I'm like, when you're 18, woman, and not even when you're
your off
18.
day.
Forget it.
I know. These kids don't know. They're like,
No.
I mean, their mom's tests. I go, do you know when you get older, you're going to have not only homework in math, you're going to have homework in math, science, history, give me some English.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand how we had time for all that shit.
Well,
Do you
I
like,
never remember having homework before high school. This is a whole new thing now. Like we have projects, we have things like in first grade, second grade, like first grade, we have like things that she does. But I mean, maybe middle school I had homework, but I don't remember homework in elementary school.
do you think that is new? Do you not think we had homework when we were younger? I mean,
Now,
I don't remember it either, right? But that's just because I don't have memories.
when I was in school in the 1950s,
Did you
no,
guys even have books?
did, did you have a schoolhouse?
Were you on
I don't.
chalkboards?
I don't remember
Oh my God,
elementary school homework. I just remember playing tennis. That's all I did. And then I think I hit like middle
oh,
school, and I think homework came in then.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I honestly don't know. Real quick question. Do you prefer a chalkboard or a dry erase board?
Did I grow up with it like in school?
No, what I know what you grew up with
Yeah.
because dry erase for sure wasn't around yet. But for chalkboards, like what do you prefer like now? If you had to pick between dry erase and chalk.
I think chalkboards are dirty.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm not the only one out there, but chalk on a chalkboard give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I mean? Like
the
the
noise. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Yeah. Ugh.
stop. Oh, it's the
Mhm.
worst. It's the worst. Okay, thank you. Because my children have asked for chalkboards and I've told them no continuously because I just can't handle the sound, the feel, the cleanup. No, I'm
No.
out. But okay. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, you were on chalkboards though. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So we obviously had a big weekend. The Rams are out, which we discussed on timeout a little bit. But I kept getting asked, which is really funny, about the fans. And like everyone kept warning me.
Well,
And we had a great
Philadelphia historically is not known as the city of brotherly love, even if it is known as the city of brotherly love. When it comes to their football games, I mean, they just had that incident with that man and the
yes.
other fan where he was calling her a horrible name, and he ended up
Horrible
getting
name.
not only kicked out of the stadium for life, but he
Mm.
got fired from his job.
Yeah, he lost a lot.
Yeah.
Not ideal for him.
Yeah.
But this is what I was kind of mentioning. But I was like, I don't know if they were like on their best behavior or like trying to just make sure that they weren't known as that. But everyone was very kind.
Okay.
Like everyone is like, we're not all that bad. Are you okay? Can we help you in any way? And I was like, wow, this is really nice. Thank you so
Okay.
much. And obviously, if we would have won that game, I think the exit would have been different.
Sure.
But when we were exiting, every fan was like, your husband is one of the best, like very complimentary of Matthew. And so we really, to be honest, didn't have any issues. So shout out to the Philly fans. I thought y'all were great.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that. Okay,
You
I'm
must
gonna
have been freezing your ass off.
It was cold.
Yeah.
It was really cold, but I still think Detroit was colder last year. Yes, and you know what? We were in a suite, but we did open up the windows, and so we got a little bit of that cold air in. And oh wait, you know what? We did have one. I forgot. We had one not so good experience with a fan.
But not, and I thought what was really interesting to me about this particular story, because we talked about this, is that
I
this isn't
forgot.
somebody
Yeah.
that you would call a
No, so
traditional fan.
I fully thought this was a fan that was acting a certain way. He was in the suite next to us. And he was kind of just taunting a little bit, which, you know, you understand. But then when I was told that he was an ex-player, it really baffled me. I was going, like, I expected it from a fan. I didn't really engage. But to get it from an ex-player and a supposed legend, I don't know what that means. Philadelphia has like Philadelphia legends, I guess. I don't remember his name. Let me text my brother.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me text my brother.
I did order the book that the one Philadelphia
Oh my God,
player
you were
reads.
one of the ones
Have you
that
heard
ordered
about
it.
this?
That book is like a bestseller now.
I did.
Oh my
I
God.
did. I ordered it because I was like, well, he's highlighting things on the sideline. Like, I'm all about that Tony
No.
Robbins, like, vision and plan and have a thing in your brain. And that's kind of like what the book reviewed itself as. And it was on sale on Amazon for like $12.95.
I can't believe you did that. I read something like how many copies were sold the next day, and I was like, oh my gosh. And you were one of them. Oh my gosh.
One of them. But this person was rude directly towards you, or just kind of like shouting it out generally?
He was taunting the whole suite, which was honestly, again, if you're a fan, I got it. We were all in LA gear, like totally understand it. But then he was doing the loser sign, and my girls were sitting right there. Now, I'm not going to say he was doing it right to them. I don't know. Yeah. But he's standing against the glass, y'all, and he's just, and my girls are in the seats right next to him. And they look at, this is a grown man. And he looked at me, or the girls looked at me like, what's going on? And I was just like, don't worry about it. Now, it escalated from there. He ended up coming into our suite at halftime. Yeah. Not in a bad way. Just to talk, I guess. I don't know. He also, Jason Kelsey was in there with Kylie Kelsey. We had a few people. Andrew Whitworth was in there. I mean, there were a lot of big guys in the suite, and I'm looking around going, it's a little tight, guys. It's a little tight. But he came in and he asked me, he was like, so how are Philly fans treating you? And I was like, I was so bad. I was like, what? Is this really? I looked at him, and I'm not kidding. Trevor Pluth was standing right next to me when I answered. I said, the fans have been great. You, on the other hand, giving the loser sign to my daughters, I don't really appreciate it. It's like, oh no, they love me. Like, and so then I just, you know, I moved on from that topic. And you know me, I'm gonna be nice, especially to an ex-player. I'm not gonna cause a scene. Honestly, I probably should have kicked him out right when he walked in, but I didn't do that because I just didn't think that was. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's just having a good time, feeling good, whatever. But then in the second half, and actually a friend that was in the suite got a photo of it. He was flicking us off, just standing there in the window, flicking us off. And again, I'm going, listen, I would expect that from an opposing fan, a bad opposing fan and an annoying opposing fan. I would expect that. But from an ex-player, when you have gone through it and your family has been in that dynamic, I don't understand it. Like, if Matthew did that, well, like, there would be no chance.
No, never. It's not even up for discussion. I would assume there's kind of like an unwritten rule almost
mutual respect.
As to you guys. He's been through mutual respect and an understanding of, you know, nobody probably understands more what Matthew is dealing with on the field than this guy.
So it was very interesting to me. And my brother just texted back. I don't even know if I want to mention the name.
I don't think it's worth it. Why give it energy?
Yeah, I agree. So maybe I'll post the picture of him flicking us off. His face is kind of blurred, so that won't even give it away. But it was very interesting to me. But other than that, It was an incredible experience. Well, the game,
Wow.
the ending sucked, but all in all, like I was very impressed with Philly. I think it's an incredible sports town. I thought the fans were great, but I don't know if they were on their best behavior just because of what was going on previous. But I had a great time. So
I
shout
think
out to
Philly's a
Philly.
great town, and it is one of those old
Mm,
four sports teams,
so
city
fun.
where they are passionate about it, and old historic franchises,
Yeah.
like a Chicago, like a Detroit, like a Boston, where like you've been there with your great grandpa,
It is.
and
Yeah. And they love that. It's what they have in a way. Like that is
they,
their thing. So
yeah.
I had a great time. I'd only been there one other time, and that was when my brother was playing for the Eagles. So I was an Eagles fan. Loved it then too. My brother was actually there. He talked about how much he loves Philly. So it was great. Um,
I interviewed in Philly once years ago.
yeah.
And the news director at that time, first of all, I spent the entire weekend pretending I was Will Smith. Like, I'm like the whitest human in the world, but The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had just come out. You don't know that he was from Philadelphia, born and raised. Da,
Oh
da, da,
my
da, da.
God.
So yeah, I was pretending I was Will Smith, but like from Michigan and a white dude. But anyway, and then I went to this interview and I'm like, I'm gonna land this thing. And the news director was a really nice guy, but he was like, "Why would you leave Detroit? You work with Devin Scillian. He's like the best dude out there." I'm like, okay, didn't get that job. I go, but Philadelphia is great. Thank you. Bye.
Wait, you think he was telling you that because you weren't
I think
getting
he
that
was
job?
telling me to stay where I am, and you know what? I'm kind of glad he did. But I enjoyed the Philadelphia very much. I say
I
that with love. I don't
oh,
say
well,
Philadelphia
I feel like
rudely.
they call it that, don't they? Or no? I
They're
don't know.
tough, man. I like them. They're tough people. They're gritty.
They are.
So
But I mean, so is
yeah,
Detroit. They remind me of each other.
yeah. But so
Okay.
then that game wraps, which he gets the ball with 2 minutes left, and I'm having an absolute panic attack,
I know.
anxiety attack. I'm pacing the living room. Judge is like looking at me like I'm crazy because I can't sit down. I've watched so many games with you on TV
I
when we were
know.
both in Detroit, and I have these superstition things, and I'm like tapping one thing 3 times, and then I'm like, wait, I tapped it 3 times. I got to go back and tap it 4 times. Going through this whole thing, and listen, it just has to be said that man is iconic. And
I love
what I
you.
loved about it was hearing the announcer sing his praises. Yes, the game did not end the way everyone wanted it to,
Hmm.
but when the colleagues and the people who have been covering this stuff for years talk about the talent that this man possesses, it is extraordinary. And to think it's year 214 that he's been doing this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm like you. I was in the hallway pacing. I couldn't watch it.
yeah,
I kind of when the place fell silent, I knew he was close
yeah.
to coming back and winning that. And we said it a little bit on timeout, but that 3rd and 2 play, we had it. It was just we needed 1 millisecond longer for him to get rid of the ball, but. It is what it is. And I know there's been a lot of things circulating about retirement, which is
Yeah.
really interesting because when we were in the suite, Jason and Kylie came in, Kelsey, and Jason knows my brother. They played together. We've talked about this. The Kelseys came to our 4th of July parties. They're awesome people. And they came in to say hello, see my parents. It's funny. Jay and Leslie are celebrities in their own right. Like
100%.
everybody who knows Chad or myself or my sister, they'll come say hello and they'll be like, hey, where's your mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
And the big hug that Jason gave my dad. I mean, it's just they're again, my mom and dad are just those people that everyone loves. So
Yeah.
but they came in, said hello. That's my first time meeting Kylie. She was awesome. But I was talking to her and she was like, how are you doing? I was like, I feel like people can understand this, the why. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, I love that my husband made it this far in the playoffs. But I fucking also hate it because the stress level of playoffs and just the anxiety. I mean, we talked about how I didn't sleep the night before. That had a lot going into it. But it takes years off my life.
Yeah.
And I told her that, and she's like, and because she knows it, she gets it. She watched Jason, but I do think the quarterback position is a little different when it comes to watching the game play out. But she was very, very kind, and Jason was like, "So what are you thinking after? What do you?" And I was
Yeah.
like, I said it on timeout. I don't know. I'm in the dark. I'm not in the dark, but this is and again, we talked about it more on timeout, so I want people to go there and really, because I don't want to dive into it again, but I'm just in the dark as everyone else. And so, I think every player and ex-player is looking for the go one more time.
Yeah.
Like, they know that he is still wildly talented.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I
it's not like watching, like there were moments with the Aaron Rodgers thing, where it was tough to watch, especially when he was hurt. But physically, Matthews really, I mean, it's the end of the season, so everybody's banged up. But like, he is so physically fit. He's so mentally focused. He's slinging the ball, all the things. And so you kind of want to do it till the wheels come off the bus.
But that's the thing, is you don't want to do it until then. You want to get out before that, because when the wheels are falling off, you're getting knee replacements early. You're getting back surgery. There's just a lot of things. It all comes down to how his body feels. It's also mentally exhausting to be a quarterback in this league. It's
exhausting. But it's you look at the run the Rams had on the back half of that season. So you think about, and they have a lot of those key pieces back.
And we're
this
young.
is a tricky time for a lot of teams, as we all know. But
I know. Listen.
So we got to look to this weekend with the Bills, the Chiefs, and then Commanders and Philly, right?
Yeah. Go Bills. All right, guys. Do you guys take omega-3s? Well, something really excited to share with you guys, and it's an incredible scientific breakthrough, that C15, and it's the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years. And get this, studies have confirmed that it is 3 times better, broader, and safer than omega-3. It's pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keep us healthy. And C15 works by strengthening our cells. Not only that, it ends up that honestly many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells that make less energy and quit working earlier than they should, making all of us age faster, which no one wants, which is why I love Fatty 15. Fatty 15 is made from a patented, pure, and oxidation-resistant C15 powder derived from plants. It's vegan-friendly, free of flavors, fillers, all the things. It's 100% pure. The only ingredient is Fatty 15. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish our C15 levels and restore long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/morning and using the code morning at checkout. Guys, let's age better, So again, go to fatty15.com/morning and use that code morning at checkout. This morning, we woke up and, we had a good time last night. I got home. My flight was delayed in Minneapolis for 2.5 hours. We were stuck on the plane on the tarmac, just adding to the, hold on. We get into New York. So we fly into New York because there's no plane that has 6 seats near each other. And I don't want to have the stress of asking people to move. I mean, I'm trying to get 4 toddlers next to me, basically. Not toddlers, but you know what I mean. And so anyways, I'm like, all right, we're going to fly to New York. We're going to take the train in. Fly into New York. I was on the phone with the Renaissance Hotel for about an hour and a half, 4 days previous, confirming connecting rooms. Like, we were with the representative, and then they transferred me to the front desk. And it was Matthew who did it. Transferred him to the front desk, and he confirmed the rooms. Get there, no rooms. No connecting rooms, and they're sold out. And I'm going, it's 9 p.m. at this point, 9:30. And I'm like, you can't stick. And here's the thing, and I want your opinion on this, okay? I started to get frustrated because I'm like, listen, I don't want to be that person, like the Karen, but at the same time, I'm like, customer service-wise, you should be figuring out what you're going to do. Are you going to call different Renaissance hotels? Are you going to get a rollaway bed in? Like, give me options, because this is on y'all's end. So anyways, I finally look at him and I'm like, what do you have? And he's like, well, we have a suite with a king and a pull-out couch that could sleep one of them. Like, and I go, so you want me to sleep 4 people in a king and then one of my children in the couch? And he was like, well, and I go, how about this? Is there someone that can run to Target and get some blow-up mattresses? And he was like, oh yeah, we can do that. So I will give them credit. They ended up getting 1 blow-up mattress that slept 2 and then 1. And then I had Tyler in bed with me. Now, guys, I also got food poisoning the night before the game. This is the night before the game. I did not sleep at all. Tyler kicked me all fucking night. I've never had a child in my bed. I will never fucking do it again. It was the worst fucking thing ever. So that's my good bad Tyler. Bitch talks in her sleep, one. She lays horizontal too. And I'm not kidding, Hank. It was 3 a.m. I had just gotten done puking for the 9,000th time. Bile. You're also, you're basically shitting yourself at this point when you have food poisoning. And I can't turn on the shower. I would sleep in the shower normally, but I can't turn on the shower because there's no fucking it's glass. So the light shines through and will wake everyone up. So I'm like, I'm miserable. I haven't slept and I'm anxious about the game. Hank, I'm not kidding. I'm laying on my side and I feel a little just like movement and I turn over and this is Tyler. Hi, Mom. I'm a little thirsty. And I was like, bitch, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
It always sounds so wrong when we're referring to our children as bitch.
No, it doesn't.
But it's said with so much love.
No, so much love. I will never, ever, ever, ever have a child sleep in my bed again. It's the worst experience I've had. I was tired. I was miserable. Anyways, that's my good bad Tyler. I know I had a good bad.
So wait, when they try to make their way into your marital bed, what do you say to these children?
I say I'm going to walk you back and tuck you back in.
Every single time. You've never said like, okay, just get in. It's easier.
I've done it one time. Hunter had been sick. This was probably like 6 months ago. And she came in at like 5 and I knew I was getting up at 6. So I just was like, fuck, an hour. So I just scooted over and let her sleep on the end. But other than that, no, I don't know.
I think this is probably one of the great parental debates. Do you let them, when they come into the room, are you so tired that you just say, it's okay, get into bed, da-da-da-da, or do you draw the line in the sand and walk them back to your room? Because I had this one walk into my room at 3 a.m. the other night and had the audacity to stand there and go, Daddy, I'm bored.
No.
It's 3 a.m.
Well, Hank, she comes by it honestly. You're up at fucking 4 on your phone looking for the next shit. So, I mean, like, that's kind of on you. Like, she's you. We say this all the time. She's probably waking up going, wonder what Dad's doing. Just like you wake up and go,
at 3 a.m. last night, I was Googling all. No, I was Googling all the inaugural fashions.
Okay. I woke up. I didn't wake up. I was on the plane, but I was in the mindset of just like, I was so fucking tired watching the inauguration. I have a question. When do you think the Bidens move out of the White House?
I think they're completely packed up and the trucks have moved everything out the night before. And then they just show up to greet the Trumps as they like that ceremonial photo.
The night before?
Yeah, I think it's very like right up into the end.
So like when the Trumps come in, they are sleeping with the same fucking comforter and design and all this shit as the Bidens were?
I am guessing there's
like a
team of people. I'm guessing there's a team of people that flip this around and get the Bidens like old white toilets out and the Trumps gilded toilets in. Like there's got to be a whole like system. Also, this is, the Trumps have been there before now. So they probably knew a little bit of like, I heard Melania in an interview saying like, we kind of know the system now and I don't have to make a lot of changes to the residents of the White House. I'm just doing a few things here and there. So, but I don't think that she's hammering a family photo on the wall. I think that she's,
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, people. It's very intriguing to me because I'm going, you're kind of flipping a house in 24 hours. And like, if like Trump knows this is his last term, Trump knows this is his last 4 years. So are you moving everything into the White House or are you kind of just moving like what you need?
I mean, I think for them, considering they have Trump Tower in New York and Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, they've just kind of got their underwear and socks in Washington, D.C. Like,
okay. And they're just bringing in clothes as they need it?
Yeah. I think they're running somebody out to Home Goods to buy some knickknacks for the show.
Oh, yeah. Totally Home Goods. That's exactly where they're sending them. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now, I will say, I thought, again, that Melania knocked it out of the park.
The hat.
I thought it was fantastic. I love the whole look. I have to show you what a friend of mine did just to make fun of us.
Stop it. Wait.
Is that the best thing you've ever seen?
Oh. That's so good. Wait.
Like my Jackie O moment.
That's so
No,
good.
I thought the whole thing, I thought she looked fantastic. I thought JD Vance's wife was stunning.
Beautiful.
I thought Ivanka in the Audrey Hepburn inspired gown. I mean, Ivanka's just Ivanka. I mean, she is just a beautiful woman.
Yeah. The women had it together. The women looked great.
I thought Dr. Jill Biden in the blue looked really nice.
She wears a lot of blue, doesn't she?
She wears a lot of blue. I think it's a good color. Yeah, I was a little sad when I love watching the whole dynamic. Like I was watching the funeral, like who's talking to who. But it was sad for me to, and I'm not really sure the real reason she wasn't there.
Michelle.
But to see, the Bushes walking together, the Clintons walking together, and then Barack Obama walked in solo.
I know.
I was just kind of like, oh.
I hope everything's okay.
Now, do you believe the rumor which Jimmy Kimmel had brought up to Jennifer Aniston a long time ago, like kind of jokingly, but now it's kind of popped back up again?
Oh, no.
That Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston.
What? No.
Google it. It's a thing.
That is not, no, that's not natural.
That's what I say. But it just was the internet trolls were out there. But we're
not starting that rumor in here.
There were reports, that Michelle Obama was not attending because she was keeping distance from Barack Obama. Or did she not attend because of her dislike of Donald Trump? We're never really going to know the answer.
No, and it's dangerous to start doing this because this is what we did with Kate Middleton. That's why I said I hope everything's okay, health-wise.
Me too.
Like that's where my mind goes. I'm gonna hold on, I'm a little toasty in here. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna take this little sweatshirt off.
Now, did you happen to see Lauren Sanchez?
I don't know who that is.
Jeff Bezos' wife, fiance.
Bezos.
Yes.
You come after me about my pronunciation. Are you fucking kidding? He's the richest man. It's Bezos. Bezos? There's not two E's.
Remember, he's the one who slapped my butt at the Justin Bieber concert. But
oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then Kadari said
yeah.
But
we're not gonna go there. Yep.
She was getting a lot of flack for her wardrobe choice.
What was her wardrobe choice?
She wore kind of like a bustier underneath like a suit jacket, and you could see the bustier. And there's this infamous picture now of like Zuckerberg and another guy like looking down at her like chest. Like a lot of people are saying, like even Megyn Kelly, who very rarely wants to go against anybody who's not supporting Trump or being there at the inauguration, thought it was trashy.
I think it's kind of fucking funny. I mean, to be honest, like, okay, we have very fashionable women up there, you know what I mean? And to have the one in the bustier, I mean, why the fuck not? Listen, come on. Who cares?
I'll show you the picture.
Does she have to be classy? She's not part of the party. Like
she was an invited guest.
Ooh,
and
that's sexy. Yeah, that's hot. I mean, she has a jacket on.
I understand, but you're in the Capitol Rotunda for the inauguration of the president.
You know what that sounds? That sounds very old school, Hank.
Okay.
Listen, you know what? Times are moving on. We got to keep up. And I
thought Carrie Underwood was fantastic. I don't like people coming after her for to me, if no matter who I voted for, if a sitting president calls me and says, "Would you like to come to the White House?" I'm going to the White House. Like, hey, put your politics aside. A president is a president. You honor and respect the office.
Is that what she said when she?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Okay. I act like Trump or Biden are calling me in my and saying, "Come to DC." But if they did and they asked me to sing, well, I don't know about the singing part, but. And then she had a misstep. Did you see? Like they couldn't get the music to start.
No, I think this is when I was delayed in Minneapolis and the live.
They couldn't get the music to start, so she ended up singing it a cappella, and she did a very nice job. And then the memes on the internet were like, there was some gay guy that pulled the plug on that music and was like, "Girl, you ain't singing it this thing."
Wait, I didn't know that. That's really good.
Good.
I guess I was a little like I mean. I love that I didn't know her stance on politics. I mean, I just, I feel like that's kind of amazing. And I think it surprised a lot of people that she was going to perform. But I'm with you. In a way, like, we have to just respect the power at hand because we can't, when they're in there, you can't change it. You just got to pray that they make the right decisions for this country, and you got to support any way you can. I mean, like, even if you don't like them, this country, you just got to do it until the next term, and then we'll bitch again. You know what I mean? Like, but people are in place.
There you go.
It is what it is. So if you've ever been in the market for a new home, you know home shopping can be a lot. There's so much you don't know and so much you need to know. What are the neighborhoods like? What are the schools like? Who is the agent who knows the listing or the neighborhood best? And why can't all this information just be in one place? Well, now it is on Homes.com. They've got everything you need to know about the listing itself, but even better, they've got comprehensive neighborhood guides and detailed reports about local schools. And their agent directory helps you see the agent's current listings and sales history. Homes.com collaboration tools make it easier than ever to share all this information with your family. It's a whole cul-de-sac of home shopping information all at your fingertips. Homes.com, we've done your homework. One of our listeners DM'd one of our friends, my friends, and your friend actually, who posted something Trump positive, and and kind of went after her a little bit. And she was like, but I don't mind following April Love. She's great. And I was just like, I mean, what is the point? And also, but I love the dagger of like, April Love is good. We like her. We don't like you,
I will
though.
tell you, that particular person you're talking about had posted something a few months ago, and I sent her a message. Now, I'm a friend of this person through you. So
yes,
it was very respectful. And we had a respectful conversation about whatever the issue at hand was. Now, I had one of those with your sister before.
Yeah.
So like, if people want to post political stuff, that's every bit their right to do it. You don't, if you see it and you get on somebody's reel or their story and you don't like it, then just hop on another one. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't care enough. Like and I have a sister who is, I love her. I love her more than life. I would do anything for her. She is one of my favorite people she's my favorite girl I know. But
she's very passionate.
She's very passionate, and she is very passionate for the president that is the president right now. And she'll send me things, and I don't really click on them because that changes my algorithm, and I don't want it to. And I told her that. I go, to be honest, and she's like, I get that. That's fair. But, again, I thought the inauguration, from what I saw, I was in and out because of the delay, and the live TV was not working. Also, I found a great book, so there's all these things. But I did see the outfits, and I did, when Melania walked out with that hat, I love hats.
I liked it. I thought she looked really good. It was also.
Do you think she was trying to cover her face a bit? So, if anything was said, that she
maybe it was also I didn't realize until I was doing my deep dive at 4 a.m. It was navy. I thought it was black.
Oh, it was navy. I like even better.
It was dark navy.
That's fantastic. I'm here.
And did you see her heels? She was wearing stilettos.
Get it, girl. See, I like that. I feel like people are we want, again, I do believe classy is always in, but I don't mind a little jazz up, I don't mind.
I don't think she's really ever had a fashion. I can think of one fashion moment she had that was maybe not the best thing, but yeah. I mean, beautiful.
Y'all, that is
flawless.
I mean, how does she get rid of her under chin? She doesn't have an under chin. Do you know what I'm
saying? She
saying?
has $1 billion. Her under chin is in some syringe somewhere. Are you kidding me?
I can't. Okay.
The tune-ups that whole family had. I mean, Trump also, he lost a little weight. I mean, there's people always say, why do they look so good? I'll tell you why they look so good. They have money. Money helps people look good. Look at Tom Brady.
I mean,
Tom Brady is a perfect example. Maybe not in this particular moment today, but 5 years ago. Look at just basically anybody.
I mean, we have money, and I feel like I'm just aging
You're
like crazy.
You're stunning. You're gorgeous.
Well, I also don't feel like I take the time to actually do what I need to do, but it's fine.
You have a lot going on.
I mean, I can't spend any more money after the filler incident. I got to wait 10 years.
we
cost an arm and a leg.
We don't need another chin incident. But But I mean, she's naturally beautiful. But you look at somebody like the evolution of like a Kylie Jenner, like she
Yeah.
is stunning. But I mean, clearly she knows what she's doing.
Well, she also has been preventative. Preventative
Yes, and
wasn't a
she
thing.
also, people who really understand how to use makeup on their own.
Oh,
And like I work with a lot of TV women who've got this secret from that person and
it's
this lighting thing from
crazy.
that person. It's the difference between night and day.
No, and I learned, ladies, I'm going to tell you a tip right now. I learned it by going into Sephora, and I took my makeup and I said, show me how to use this. We're all doing the bronzer underneath our cheekbones, right? No, it needs to go literally on top of your cheekbones because that makes your cheeks look higher. If you do it underneath, it makes it look saggy. All of us. I don't know. All my friends were in town for one of the games. The game I had the flu. A lot of my girlfriends were in town, and they asked me, like, "What are you doing different when you do your makeup?" And I showed them. They go, "Wait, you're supposed to put it on top of your cheeks?" I was like, "Because we're not on the TikTok." Oh, speaking about TikTok,
Oh boy,
that's crazy.
that had people worried.
Is it back?
It's back
Oh,
for now.
well, that was lame. What a lame
Well, I
ban.
know, but I think it's kind of the president now, President Trump has offered to do a few things, and so I think they're kind of like in a waiting and seeing type of period. But
Who banned
all
it?
the social medias are going to go through a lot of changes within the next few years.
So Trump banned it and then unbanned it?
No, Trump
Oh.
didn't ban it. It was, we were kind of concerned regarding how much information China was using from TikTok and what they were doing with
So
it.
who banned it?
Well, I don't think it was a Trump banned it. I thought it was just because technically the ban started before he was even sworn in. Biden was sworn in still. So I can't remember how it all shook out. Maybe it was a Congress
Very
thing.
interesting. I honestly was like, I'm in because we're not really on TikTok. Everyone moved to Instagram. Let's go. Come back. Come back over here.
There's a lot of there's a lot of legislation pending within the next few years that will drastically change social media. Hence, Mark Zuckerberg being at the inauguration and donating $1 million to the inaugural fund.
So that Twitter stays Twitter.
Well, so he's concerned about this legislation that could change Meta. So he's got to get on the right side of politics. I mean, listen, it's a business. At the end of the day, it's all a business.
I really do wish they'd just ban it all, but who knows? There's something about just having thick, healthy hair. I mean, to be honest, if you're having like a really bad day, which you feel like you're looking like crap and you feel old, good hair is always makes it better. Like for some reason you can just, well, half the time, but if it's really thick and stuff, you can cover half your face anyway. So I've honestly just fallen in love with Nutrafol. I mean, I don't go anywhere without it, and I take it every night. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1 million people. They see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. I tell you guys all the time, people ask me if I have extensions. I don't. This is clearly a product of my wonderful Nutrafol. So start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol for a limited time. Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter that promo code morningafter. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code morningafter. If you want that thick, healthy hair, guys, it's Nutrafol.com, promo code morningafter.
My Good Bad Emma focuses on the one thing that is giving me panic attacks, massive diarrhea, and night sweats, which is selling Girl Scout cookies. And I cannot handle it. I'm not fit out. I'm not cut for it. I'm nothing.
I see everyone putting like their daughter's shit on Instagram. Why don't you send it to the TMA page?
I don't want to do that. And I also think people are very, I always enjoyed the parents who brought their thing to work. And if you signed up for the kid, whatever, because let's face it, they're delicious. I enjoy a frozen thin mint. Like it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Sorry.
It's
like, fuck yeah.
It's freezing here. I don't want to go door to door. So
no.
I just like to my nearest dearest, I was like, Judge, do you want to buy some cookies? Karen, do you want to buy a few cookies? Like just a few people like that. Okay, just
Send me the cookie shit.
Then I
will
bought
buy.
a very large sum, and then Jeff bought a very large sum with the idea that I'm just going to hand them out to people. I'm like, I'll keep them in my car, and when I go on stories, I'll meet somebody and I'll say, thanks for the interview. Here's a box of tag-alongs. You know what I mean? So I tell this to Emma. I'm like, don't worry about selling them too much. You're going to have to do a few of the group things where they sell them in front of a store or whatever. But we're not, Daddy and Emma are not going out door to door. And she's like, okay. So we had a play date instead. I lined my play dates up to coincide with the football games so I could watch and have some peace.
Smart.
I also am like literally thinking, I can't believe how straight I was for 24 hours. It was like... It was too much. I went from the Lions game to this one. I had to watch them both.
To the Bills. You were heavy in.
So anyway, we're in line for school, and there's another girl from Girl Scouts, and she's asking Emma kind of about her buy and selling strategy. And Emma goes, I don't have to do that. My daddy bought them all. And I'm like, here we go. Ooh. Here we go.
So let me get this straight. You don't want to put it on the morning after page, but you're okay just buying it all. Because to me, it's the same thing. She's not having to do anything. Either way.
Right. And I would feel like I always just have this like, oh God, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Everything's all right. You know, like, but I should just lean into it more. But I just bought them and I'm going to hand them out. And I should have just been like, no. That's what I need to do. When it comes to Girl Scout cookies, no.
The no button almost said no to you and said, I'm not talking. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Weed's still not legal there. Is that right? Is weed legal there?
We're talking about children and Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, you set them up outside a weed store and people buy them.
Weed has been legal here for years, you stoner. We used to get gummies.
It was not legal when we were stoned.
It was legal when you lived here.
No, it was not.
Yes. Now I have to Google it.
Yeah, it was not. It was maybe medically, but neither of us had medical conditions. Okay. Anyways, I do think you should just set her up outside a weed store. They would love it.
She will do that. Yeah. She will do that. She'll talk everybody's arm and leg off, but God, she will do that. I just didn't want her going door to door. It's so cold right now.
It is very cold.
Painful. 2018.
Okay. Oh yeah, maybe it was okay.
We were here for a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's a lot. I'm going to tell this story quickly because I know we're running out of time. But when we were on the train from New York to Philly, I had to bump up our train because of weather. So I bumped it up the night before. This whole trip was, I'm just, you know what? I think the season kind of needed to be over for my own sake. But so the train heading in, there was one cart. So there's like 6 carts I don't know how many carts are on this thing. And the one cart that had 6 seats I booked. I said, okay, we'll take this cart. We get on. This nice gentleman helps us get on because he realizes we are wildly out of place and have no idea what the fuck's going on. I'm like, how do I find the train? They're like, well, they're going to announce where you go. And I'm like, well, what do you mean they're going to announce? They're going to give you a number. Well, where are the numbers? They're going to announce it. But like,
oh my God, this is me in Atlanta with the MARTA.
Same thing. So anyways, but I have fucking 4 kids with me. And so this nice gentleman was like, I'll take you down, get you settled. We get settled and the conductor comes on to get our tickets. And he's like, this is the quiet car. Reminder, this is the quiet car. There will be no talking over a whisper, nothing else, no telephone calls. And I was like, the fuck's a quiet car? Like, not even kidding. So we're sitting across from this very nice couple. The girls are at a 4-top table to the right of us, and we're talking to them in a whisper voice. But the people behind them were a little loud. Not like probably talking like how we talk, just very normal. For the most part, I run a little high, but normal voices. These 2 men come from the front of the car. I watch them get up. And they come storming back to these women, or this woman and this man, start yelling. And they're like, this is the quiet car. Your voice is way too loud. It's carrying. If you continue, I'm going to let the conductor know, and you're going to get kicked off this train. And she was like, okay. And then the second man started, I don't think you understand. You booked this car. You're quiet. Nothing happens in this car but a whisper. And she was like, I got it. Berating this woman. Like, this was the night right after I didn't have any sleep. And as they're walking back, they look at my girls and then look at me. And I was like, I dare you to fucking say something right now. I fucking dare you. And as they go sit back down, they continue to look back at me. My girls are being very good. They're not talking above a whisper. They're on their iPads. But sometimes like an iPad will fall. And they'll... And I wanted to look at them and be like, you need to fucking calm down. Like, it's a Sunday. Yeah. It's not like you're going to work, one. And two, if it's that big of a fucking problem for you to be quiet, there's a thing called noise canceling headphones. And turns out they make them at a very normal rate now, or normal price. Go fucking get those. Relax. It was, everybody in the car when they were yelling at this woman were like, what is happening? So my it's a lot is get rid of the fucking quiet cars. Make people buy noise canceling headphones if they want it to be quiet. Sorry. And if they would have said something about my kids, I'd been like, it's the only fucking cart available. Go sit the fuck down. Like, wow. I'm sorry. I do you want me to separate 2 of my kids with me and 2 in another cart? Anyways, so that's my it's a lot, you know? That was my experience on the way to Philly.
You planes, trains, and automobiled yourself these last few weeks, and you need a break.
I'm going to fucking Cabo. I'm going to get on a plane again, and I'm going to go sit my ass on a beach and have a cocktail in my hand and tan this pale-ass body. That's my plan, okay? That's literally what I'm doing.
I go to Mexico in a few weeks too. We were supposed to go this last weekend because our friend Brooke Fletcher got married, but I couldn't go because I'm going again in like 3 more weeks.
Wait, where are you going?
We're going to Cancun. It's Judge's like family like Christmas gift like to the kids, and then you bring your significant and
that's
so we're
fun.
Going. Yeah, it's a family trip. It'll be nice.
I'm gonna crash your family trip. It's gonna be great.
You should. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, you should judge like, what the fuck, Hank? Why are the randoms? Why are the Staffords here? Like,
why are the Rams? Why is Sean McVay in the buffet line?
I mean, if you go down there, literally, you're going to see 9,000 players.
That's how it happened last time with you, or the original time. Yeah.
Yep. That's we talked about in timeout. It's the place you go right after the season. That's why with the Vikings and your Lions head coach, when they said, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and all the memes were like, oh, we'll see you in Cabo in 2 weeks, because that's where they ended up.
Now they're both going to be on a beach.
Well, so are we. So who are we to fucking talk?
Who do you think wins real quick? Bills, Kansas City at Kansas City.
I think Bills win it all.
Okay, let's go.
Yep, that's my prediction. That's what I want to. I want them to go win it all. I want it for Josh Allen, and I want it for Sam.
Yep.
Yeah,
all right.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Done. All right. Well, with that, we are going to wrap this one up. You know what? What a season. So it's going to be interesting in the future. But you know what's not going to change is this podcast. So we will see you guys next week, probably with a recap of Cabo. Hey, yo.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Yeah. Oh, and my birthday.
Oh, shit.
All right, everybody, have a splash. Enjoy your week.
Make a splash. Love you guys.
Bye.